The News 1226 First Alert Radar Net.
With up to 10 times the resolution of other local radars and technology that can pinpoint right down to your street.
First just got faster. Live from Augusta, we're watching News 1226 at 11.
Hello, everybody. Our second day under a first alert, and a first alert in place for tomorrow as we go into a sweltering weekend. But this afternoon, packed with some severe weather. Certainly interesting to watch some of those storms push through. Chris Still in the First Alert Weather Center tracking what to expect through the day tomorrow.
Well, we're going to have first alert in effect again for the weekend, mainly for the heat, but also for the strong thunderstorms that will form in just a few spots. So winds Saturday and Sunday from noon until 8, mainly because of the hot weather. Intense heat index values again tomorrow, again Sunday, 105 up to about 110. A few strong thunderstorms, but again, the main reason is for the heat. That level 1 threat, the marginal risk of a severe thunderstorm thrown in there as well. But we almost hope for those thunderstorms because at least they do cool us off. Here's a live look at Riverwatch Parkway this evening. Not a whole lot going on out there. 77 degrees. It is definitely muggy outside. Still a few rain showers continuing to rain themselves out along Highway 25 south of Waynesboro. Nothing severe at this point. There was a heavy rain shower down around Allendale, but as you can see in the past hour, that one has also rained itself out. Heat index forecast, that's what we'll be talking about for the next really 6 or 7 days. Feeling like 108, maybe 110 for the afternoon. And there is that level 1 risk of an isolated severe thunderstorm with some 60-mile-per-hour straight line winds in there. Again, very, very isolated, but if you do hear the thunder, just keep in mind that wind could be pretty gusty. And that heat index will be very close to 110. We'll probably have the heat index, the heat advisories in effect all the way through the middle of next week.
Chris and the team will tell you it's a great weekend. Make sure you have the First Alert Weather app and be weather aware. Late-breaking details tonight as we learn more about SWAT raids that stretched across 2 counties this morning. Tonight, 5 people are in jail while another man who was already there has new charges filed against him. Among the charges filed in this case, violations of the RICO Act, which deals with organized crime, and violations of the Street Gang Terrorism and Prevention Act. 5 people, all linked to this man, Jimmy Mance, who we told you back in June was arrested and accused of sexually exploiting and trafficking a 17-year-old in McDuffie County. Tonight, he is the one facing new charges, including now 3 counts of sex trafficking. Today, a task force, including GBI agents, McDuffie, Lincoln, Columbia, and Richmond County Sheriff's deputies, along with officers from the Thompson Police Department, arrested this list of people on your screen. Tonight, we are working to get their booking photos. Their charges all include violations of the RICO Act and sex trafficking. Tonight, we are learning more details about what led up to a deadly shootout in Burke County following a killing spree that left 4 people dead and another in the hospital. Today, investigators sharing with us the timeline that they have put together in this case. That starts on Wednesday, back August 5th. That was last week. There, they believe, those investigators, that Adolphus Morris, the man who believed to have done all of this, went to visit the home of Walter Bunch and Rebecca Oglesby. In that, there was a fight between Morris and Betty Fort. And that was before Morris was told to leave. He did that, but that day he also went to a pawn shop and picked up a pistol, a .40 caliber gun that he had turned in there at a pawn shop in Jenkins County. Just 2 days later, this is last Friday night, those investigators now know Morris went to Betty Fort's house and shot and killed her. They also believe he killed her 31-year-old daughter, Jessica Carroll. Then he took the car and went to Walter Bunch and Rebecca Ogilby's house and killed them as well. In the early morning hours of Saturday, they tell us Morris shot Andrew Tyler Putnam. Despite being shot several times, he survived and told the cops who pulled the trigger. Just hours later, that car that Betty Fort had that was taken by Morris, deputies found that torched in Jenkins County, and that is when they knew who they were looking for. But they did not know about the trail of bodies that they would soon find. In fact, deputies went to Betty Ford's house and asked to check on her. That was on August 8th. They did not go inside because they said they did not have reason to go inside, so they left. It was on Sunday. All of these victims' bodies were found. 4 people killed, another hurt. Adolphus Christopher Morris, spotted by deputies chased to Sardis, killed in a shootout in the middle of that small town. Today, the Burke County Sheriff calling this possibly the worst crime in the county's history.
This has been a heck of a week for all of us. Lives have been changed. This has been truly one of the worst situations I've ever seen in law enforcement. We had an individual that basically started taking lives.
We did learn today that they believe all of the victims knew each other. The only motive in this is that 2 of the victims stepped in to stop that fight on Wednesday before this all happened. Tonight, Morris' sister also is in jail. Her charges say she tried to help hide her brother when she knew deputies were trying to find him. Tonight, the suspended sheriff of Burke County, who is out of jail on 2 separate bonds now, has a mugshot. This one taken inside the very jail that has his name on the front entrance. Alfonso Williams was booked and bonded out yesterday on state charges that include ones that accuse him of being a liar. 4 state charges now stack on top of 6 federal charges Williams has pled not guilty to. We are waiting to hear when a first appearance court date is going to be set in this state case. SLED is asking for your help solving a murder that happened in Allendale. That is where Frank Alexander Brown III was killed back in April. Let's show you a better look at this picture. This is the one they gave us. They believe this person is involved in the shooting. SLED says they need help trying to figure out who this is. And if you have any information in this case, you can email SLED to that tips@sled.sc.gov right there on your screen. That's also the number to call. You can find that as well with this story on WRDW.com. An out-of-state company has been collecting for this story. The first pet microchipping station in North Augusta will be up and going this weekend. If you're asking what that is, we're about to explain it to you, including how it got there. A Boy Scout saw the opportunity, and he is meeting the need, finding a solution. Ethan coming in now to explain how this works for furry friends that get lost in North Augusta. And I tell you, it's got to be important because we've been talking about a pack shelter there. Hopefully this keeps animals from going there if you can use this resource.
Yeah, right, because if you see a dog on the side of the road, you may not be able to have time to pull over and then stop with it, maybe have animals at home that aren't compatible with other animals, maybe have to call the police to get it into that shelter. But a lot of these have, they're microchipped, they're running away from home. All you have to do is take it to one of these stations and scan that microchip, which is usually on the back of the neck or in the arm of one of these dogs. It's all an Eagle Scout project here in North Augusta to bring the first of these stations to the city.
This is our journey. This is everybody who comes into the troop, makes a rank block. Mine is right here on life.
North Augusta's Troop 7 has made hundreds of Eagle Scouts in its 105 years. Evan Lester is next up.
Side over here is all the former Eagle Scouts who are no longer in the troop. I'm glad to continue that legacy.
All that's left to move that wood he etched his name in 6 years ago, an inch to the right, one service project.
There has been an ongoing problem with lost animals, so people will be able to if they find one, then they could use the scanner.
North Augusta's first pet microchipping stations, planned and built by Evan with the Friends of North Augusta Animals.
If you've never had a lost pet, you know how much of a crisis that is. Because I know even the other day there was a stray dog pulled over to find, and we just kind of had to call public safety out of the blue, and they did take it to animal control. And if that was there at this time, we could have just gone over there with the dog. Here's the actual scanner itself. I could open this up for you.
While Charlie here may look a little lost in the eyes, he's not a stray. He's here with his owner, FONA member Sandy Zanko.
But now they'll be able to access something 24/7, and we have 2 locations.
Now, Charlie, Evan, and Sandy showed just how easy it will be to reunite a lost dog with its owner.
So we found Charlie's is in his neck, so we'll be able to scan it. And it'll beep when it finds it. It'll display a ID number. It's like 9 digits. Insert the 9-digit code. You would either go to this website or call this number to contact the vet, or you could get in touch with the owner.
These 2 stands to ease the strain on the city pound that often finds itself full.
Almost every day that there's a dog out there someone's trying to find. I mean, this literally would not have happened if Evan wouldn't have stepped up to the plate and made this his Eagle Scout project.
Now Evan's just a truck trip and some concrete away from completing the path he's worked on since first grade and helping a city's worth of best friends, too. So yeah, these are coming up here in North Augusta. There's 2 locations for them, but you can see on that Charlie's at least excited to get this microchip station.
First of all, shout out to Evan for completing what a long and difficult process to become an Eagle Scout.
Absolutely.
And my brother is one, and can be more proud. I couldn't be more proud of that either. But I think Charlie was a little nervous about being on TV, and that's the pose he chose to go with.
He's very cute. He does have a Facebook page, in fact, out there for Charlie. But that's what we were talking about there, the 2 places that you'll be able to find those stations in just after tomorrow on Saturday, the Palmetto Trailhead by the DMV, and then down near downtown North Augusta at the Bark Park as well.
All right, Charlie. Brave of you to just come right on our show here and stick your tongue out, right, Chris? Chris,
Absolutely. He's just waiting for somebody to drop an ice cube or
That's
something.
exactly right. He's ready for the treat.
Absolutely. Water temperature at the lake, not a whole lot cooler than the air. The water temperature now 88. It'll be 97 at the lake tomorrow. 30% chance of an afternoon storm. First alert in effect for the heat and the chance of a strong storm. We'll have all the details on your weekend forecast coming up.
Hot, fresh, ready when you are. Grab a breakfast burrito, corn dogs, or pepperoni pizza with our new value deals. Just $4, $5, or $6 at Parker's Kitchen.
First alert weather isn't just a forecast, it's your advantage.
Get early warnings for severe storms.
With accurate forecasts from a team that stays on air when the weather turns dangerous.
Warning sound effect all the way from
Plan your day with confidence and get the latest update straight to your device.
First to warn, first to track,
First to protect.
This is News 1226 First Alert Weather. Always ready, always streaming. Download our app or stream WRDW Plus for free on all your favorite platforms.
Keisha Lance Bottoms.
Now, your First Alert weather with meteorologist Chris Still.
And welcome back. Things have settled down on your Friday night. Temperatures in the mid to upper 70s where you had the rain. Dew point temperature up there 74. The higher that dew point is, the muggier it feels. It also limits how cool it can get at night. So with dew points in the mid 70s, we're not going to drop any lower than the mid 70s overnight tonight. There's some rain dropping out of the sky, but not much of it at this point. A lot of heavy rain. A severe thunderstorm came through the North Augusta area earlier. Had some rain there in Waynesboro. That has about ended, and a heavier shower about an hour ago has just about rained itself out down there in Allendale. But looking ahead to the weekend, we do have the first alert in effect. That'll go into effect from noon until 8 o'clock tomorrow and Sunday, and honestly it'll be Monday, Tuesday, probably Wednesday as well for the heat. Those isolated thunderstorms, there's a level 1 risk of a severe thunderstorm, just like we saw today. 1 or 2 thunderstorms could and probably will have some strong winds in there, so where we do get the storms, they will pack a punch. On the other hand, most of us are not going to see any rain, just a lot of hot weather for the next few days. That said, there's a marginal level 1 risk of severe thunderstorms tomorrow afternoon, really between 2 and about 6 or 7 in the evening, and then hopefully no threat for severe weather on Sunday. But again, that tiny threat's always there. As much heat and energy as there is in the atmosphere, that remote chance of a thunderstorm. Here it is hour by hour as we go through the weekend. 7 o'clock in the morning, I don't expect anything in the way of rain. 2 o'clock in the afternoon, you're probably still dry, but 5, 6 o'clock, again, late during the hottest part of the afternoon, that's when those thunderstorms will form. As we cool off the atmosphere, the thunderstorms go away. We'll lather, rinse, repeat several times for Saturday, Sunday, and on into Monday as well. Heat index tomorrow about like it was today, 105, maybe 110 as we head toward 3, 4, and 5 o'clock in the afternoon. We'll do that all over again really for the next 7 days. Your peak heat index values don't go down at all really until around Wednesday. 105, still rather dangerous if you do work outside. Our pattern overall, high pressure is in control. Big heat dome of high pressure. That'll flatten out a little bit, not enough to really relieve us from the heat, but it may allow a few more thunderstorms to form each afternoon. All in all, just typical afternoon rain chances on the order of about 20 or 30% for the next 5 to 7 days. Let's go ahead and get your 7-day forecast. There it is for you. 30% chance of afternoon storms Saturday and Sunday. That 98 feels like about 110 in the afternoon. Same thing for that 97 on Sunday. I'm looking forward to next Friday, sadly. Only 95 degrees, almost a chill in the air when we get back into the mid-90s.
I don't even know what to say about Monday, Chris, but thanks. All right, let's take a little trip out to Phoenix. It probably feels like the desert there, too. These are your winning lottery numbers. If you play today, good luck when we come back. Regional headlines. And don't miss sports. Don't go to bed yet.
Your news, your way. Download the all-new WRDW News app today.
A drunk driver comes down the road. I didn't even see him.
There was a truck parked across the road. I never saw it until it was too late.
When clients call, you can feel the burden that they're carrying, and we want to make sure people understand that we're here to help them.
Your little trip round Burmese.
Heat advisory again for your Saturday and into your Sunday. So what to wear? Well, wear as little as you can get away with, because t-shirt, sunglasses, heat index near 110. Definitely don't wear a suit like what I have on. We'll talk about if the heat ever ends anytime soon, and a final check on your forecast when we come back.
Time and Temp. Sponsored by Riverside Heating and Air.
For comfort you can count on, call Riverside Heating and Air. Now offering 0 interest for 60 months on new system replacements. Stay comfortable inside with Riverside Heating and Air.
How one insider.
All right, for all of the bad stories we tell you about all day long, we always try to leave you last thing at night with some good news. And Chris is coming to get in with us. Tonight, good news about a cat that did not use up his 9 lives traveling from New Jersey to Athens. It's travel, not first class, in the undercarriage of a car. It survives the 11-hour, nearly 800-mile drive, all without the driver knowing that there was a cat underneath the car. She believes the cat climbed in the car. He was stuck pretty far back in the car, and it took a mechanic shop to get that cat out. The cat, now been named Jersey in honor of his unexpected road trip. He is doing well, and will be traveling back to New Jersey by, carrier pigeon.
Oh. That is unbelievable. What a story.
The cat made it home to the home of the dogs. Poor fella. Good for him. Yeah. It's gonna be hot. Welcome to the South. Welcome to the South, hot cat. Chris has good news for you. 100 degrees on Monday.
Next few days. He's not going anywhere anytime soon.
All right, we appreciate you tuning in tonight. We'll see you next time.
When you come to the Hawk Bar Group, you're not just getting